So I need you to be completely honest with yourself just for a second. There's a situation that feels familiar. Different person, same emotions, different situation, but the pattern keeps repeating. There's a warning that I feel is coming up in this reading to warn you about a cycle that's about to repeat itself. So let's see if you're closing the loop, if you're closing the cycle, or if you are quietly unaware stepping back into a cycle. It literally feels like spirit is calling you out. And for some of you, spirit is calling you out, but there is just an awareness or maybe even a denial that is there. You're knowing that, a situation has played out the same over time. It feels like there's an apology that is coming. There's a person that is wanting to offer the golden, or rather the olive branch. There is a reconciliation that could be on the cards, but just be careful, okay? Just be mindful, because you don't want to walk into a trap. You don't want to walk into a cycle, into a loop that is just going to end in tears. All right, so let's have a look to see what is the message that is coming up for you, okay? Connected to repeating old cycles and karmic situations, there definitely is a karmic that is on the cards. So let me see, as we're shuffling our cards, what the card at the bottom of the deck is wanting to bring to the forefront of your mind. You're receiving, wow, the Queen of Cups. Look at that. There's definitely something passionate that is on the cards. There's definitely something that is connected to the root chakra, right? The root chakra is connected to not only our sexuality, not only to how we feel grounded, not only to the things that bring us comfort. The root chakra, if it at its lowest vibration, can bring an energy of fear. And through fear, we go back to the familiar. Through fear, we keep on looping and repeating cycles over and over again. We give up our authority, we give up our power, we give up our crown, and we entertain peasants or situations that are just like, you don't belong there and you know it. So it's interesting that what you're currently not seeing is your guardian angels saying to you, you are royalty. Why are you entertaining peasants? Why are you entertaining breadcrumbs? It's time for you to release and truly let go so that the cycle, the loop, can finally close once and for all. It almost feels to me like there is a tug and war, right? Between what the heart wants and what your spirit, what your mind, what is logical. There's a conflict that is there, but sometimes the heart wants what it wants, and we end up following what the heart wants, and we get disappointed yet again. So there's a maturity that the energies of the Queen of Cups brings about, to surrender and to let go of a situation. And as you surrender and let go of a situation, you're going to feel a lot freer. You're going to feel a lot more like you're actually coming back home to self. You have been abandoning yourself. You have been giving up pieces of yourself slowly, slowly over time. That if you're honest, if you look back to your glory years, you are not the person you used to be. You are a shadow of who you used to be. Let's say, for instance, when you're a teenager, or when you still had that vitality, that fight within you, when you still felt like you could conquer the world. What were you like then, and what did you believe in? And now that there's this feeling where life has beaten you down, has disappointed you over and over again, that slowly you have surrendered to your crown. Slowly you have forgotten that you are the queen. And this is a reminder from your guardian angels to activate your memory so that you can redeem yourself and you can stop. Keep on allowing people to manipulate you back into cycles that are old, boring, that you've outgrown a long, long time ago. Stop your softness, you being an empath, being the reason why you keep on allowing yourself to be hurt and to be disappointed over and over again. And this could be in family, this could be at work, this could be in a romantic situation, this could be in different situation. This reading applies to all areas of life, and this reading is timeless. So you could be watching this reading 5 years from now. If you are not powerful enough to close this loop, and you could be kicking yourself because you didn't take this reading seriously, because you didn't see the cycle or the manipulation or the trap that you're about to walk into. Beware of a trap that is being laid before you, okay? Especially, let's say it's a love situation, someone apologizes, offers a reconciliation, says that they're going to change. No, they're not. They just need you to come back so that they can just take advantage of what you bring to the table, of your kindness, of what you give and give and give, and how you show up in that relationship. And this could also be, let's say, at work. You're always going above and beyond all the time, and you're never asking for compensation equal to the value that you're putting on the table, equal to the energy that you're bringing and putting and pouring into that company or into that friendship or into your family, right? So Spirit is saying to you, it is just time to sit down with yourself and just to feel the emotions that needs to be felt, acknowledging them, and then stepping into the energy of healing. The card that is fallen out for you is interesting. It's another card connected to emotions again. The cups operate on the heart area, right? And you've got another cup that is there. The cups are our emotions. That's why our cards have water, because water is connected to our emotions, right? You usually see that when it is a full moon, okay, you get a lot of people just acting out of character, being a little bit crazy. And this is where the name, literally the name lunatics came from, the behavior of people when it is a full moon. So water really controls our emotions. So again, there's someone who's able to manipulate your emotions, just as the moon is able to manipulate our emotions as humans. There's someone that is there that is able just to come and be like, you know what, I'm so sorry. I know I did you wrong. I know I made all different types of promises. I know I said we were going to promote you. We were going to move you to a different region, to a different department. We were going to pay you more. I know as a friend, I said I'm going to show up. I'm going to be contributing more. And you're listening and you're listening. And your heart, because being an empath, your heart just starts opening up. And you start feeling sorry for that person. And without you knowing, you start stepping into the energy of the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is immature, right? Spirit is calling you to step into your maturity when it comes to your emotions. And the pages, they belong to that royal family, but they are the teenagers, right, of the suit, of the royal suit. And then we go to the knights. They become a bit more mature, and then we get our kings and we get our queens, and these are the mature. These are the people who've gone through the battlefield. They've got the scars to prove it, and through the scars and the disappointments and the heartbreak, they have learned, they've matured. But Spirit is saying to you, why do you need to go through all of that to finally grasp the lesson? So as you're listening to this reading, you're starting to think, that makes sense. And as your heart is starting to open, you're starting to say to yourself, I'm going to start setting boundaries. And I'm going to start seeing the patterns that are there and stop ignoring them. Because afterwards, I just realized that I've just wasted time again. Why would you want to waste time again? You are young now, then you will be 10 years from now when you're sitting down and thinking, why didn't I just say no? Why didn't I just reply to that message? Why did I reply to it even? Why didn't I just ignore it? Why did I accept that invitation to come back to that job? Why did I accept the reconciliation? Well, because you stepped into your energy of being immature, of trusting people, of fantasizing about how the situation could be if the other people were mature, if they honored your boundaries, if they showed up how you show up. And Spirit is saying, don't fantasize about this situation. Look back and see the cycles and see the patterns and how they've played out over and over again and ended up at the same ending. It is the same story, the same book that you're reading and hoping to get a different ending. And Spirit is saying that it is not a different ending that is going to happen. So definitely there's a situation here that just feels familiar to you. And Spirit is just saying to you, just because it feels familiar, it doesn't mean that it is the right thing to go back to. In fact, if it feels familiar, you should actually stop and really see the situation and actually start seeing the characteristics of this new person, of this new situation that is coming in. But you start seeing the characteristics and realize, that is the same as that person I dated. They act the same, they talk the same, they do things the same, and you start seeing that it is the same situation, it is the same person, but just dressed up as someone else different. Okay, so that is the message that Spirit wanted to bring to your attention. And as always, use your own discernment, use your own judgment, use your own intuition as you're listening to these readings, and then go and take the action that is aligned to what you feel is right for you. And again, personal readings are linked in the description box below. I'm going to see you very soon. It is a goodbye from me. Bye.